everyone, welcome back to No More Future. I know, what an abrupt way. This is our Monday, No More Future. Hell yeah, let's go. Nor can you shake away the fear. I think I read this. I think I read this at the end of the last episode. Maybe what the F do you mean last episode? It was like months ago. Exacto uno. Your walk home is far less eventful than your walk to the store, something you're both grateful for and quietly resent. You're definitely glad that there are fewer people around to bother you at this time of the day. After 30 minutes of being the main attraction at the supermarket, any modicum of solitude you can get is a blessing. At the same time, you wish your solitude was a result of your own choices and not something Nem forced upon you at the last minute. Oh yeah, I remember my boy Nem. My boy Isaac over here. You still don't understand what could have inspired that outburst in him. Was it the pressure of the unusual situation, like you initially believed, or was it really something you did? That's what you've been trying to figure out ever since you left that store. Reliving your conversation with the dragon time and time again, looking for mistakes on your end or even his. But no matter how hard you try, you always come up empty-handed. It's useless. The more I think about what just happened, the less I understand it. Maybe I should just quit while I'm ahead. At least for the moment, maybe focus on getting home in one piece, instead of letting my mind wander around without purpose. Sorry, I had to check if we were actually recording. People are watching after all. They always are, and a panic attack right now would be just about the worst. Sorry, I double checked of the audio. We are correct. Okay, correct. You shudder as you briefly consider the possibility of even more recordings of you behaving strangely in public surfacing on the web. No doubt your appearance at the store this afternoon is already trending on WeTube. You can only pray Nem's reputation online won't be harmed by today's events. I was about to say standards. I don't know why. Oh, for crying out loud, Isaac, stop thinking that, jeez. Already am the king of self-fulfilling prophecies. You chastise yourself as you're about to cross the road, hoping to shake all these nasty thoughts off of your head. I just need to make it home. Things will finally calm down after that, and I'll have some time to think through this stuff at my own pace. Your weak attempt at encouragement isn't much, but it's at least an effort, enough to get you past the crossing and keep moving forward, past the houses and the park. My voice cracked, sorry, I'm trying to hold it a sneeze. Knowing myself, I'm probably making a mountain out of a molehill again. I bet Nem's gonna call me before I even get to the condo and apologize. Or maybe he won't, and I'll be the one apologizing in the end. Things would be so much simpler if only he wasn't so stubborn. It's a controversial, if endearing quality of his, that's for certain. He's always been like that ever since you were kids. Anytime he was certain of something, he would never back down. He'd claim more victory in fighting games anytime you defeated him, but thought he'd play better. He'd argue with teachers whenever he thought their explanations made no sense. Sometimes even in the middle of an exam. And now he's set on becoming a full-time streamer. Honestly, I kinda envy him. I wish I had that kind of confidence when I was still a college student. Or even now, when not even I am certain of who I really am. Someone's dog is barking, I'm pissed off. Hey, wait a moment. It's right as you're about to fall once again into that familiar abyss that you manage to pull yourself out, your hands gripping the handle of your grocery bag with renewed conviction. There I go again. I just can't stop. Focus on the road, Isaac. Focus on the road. I think if I recall, it was like something behavioral theory, perception theory, whatever. I don't know. I messed that up. It was a matter of like, it's a form of therapy where you have to change your perception of things. Let's say you get mad at certain small matters. Okay, before you get mad, change how you think or approach. Why are you mad in the first place? You shouldn't get mad. Keep on doing that. You are literally rerouting, changing how you think, how you see. Is it easy? Hell no. Pretty much gaslighting. Yes, you're gaslighting yourself and making things that aren't really bad into, good, but you perceive them as bad. So you have to change that perception into, something you argue is good. And I got sidetracked. It's crazy how any train of thought leads back to the same self-depreciating doubts in the end. And you're not even doing it on purpose. But the time for worrying over these things is over, you reckon? To be more accurate, it is yet to come. Hoping that your concentration won't fail you again, you leave the rich side of your hometown behind and venture back into its old, dilapidated depths. In a desperate attempt to keep your mind off of your more destabilizing thoughts, you find yourself walking unfamiliar streets on your journey home. You're not exactly lost, not by a long shot. The navigator in your head, which you've since learned how to boot up on your own, reassures you that you're still heading in the right direction. It's just going to take a little more time than usual is all. But it's time well spent, if it means familiarizing yourself with this town just that little bit more. You never know when that might come in handy. I do drive. Oh, not Ryan Gosling, you know. I drive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm popping in here. I'll be sidetracking again. I drive, but I feel more familiar with the road, with where it goes by walking. You can observe where the public transport goes, and okay, that let's say that road is a one-way street, so I'll take note of that. Okay, if you go left here, you go to this place. You go right here, you go to this place. All right, I'm slowly navigating the roads of the city. Usually that's what happens when we go to different town or city. But when I'm driving, oh my god, man, my grandma's like, man, why don't you know the road? It's like, next time. I mean, if I have the dough and time, yeah, I just explore areas. But hey, as you look around, you notice that you somehow round up in a shopping area of sorts. There are more stores than houses on this street, each of them exhibiting different sorts of goods on display. Like titties. There are groceries, clothing shops, as well as some bars and restaurants that have yet to open. Nothing particularly exceptional, of course, but at least they're cheap. You know, there's a faint feeling of familiarity dwelling within you as you walk through these streets, as though you've been here before. Perhaps during one of your initial forays to the town, when you first returned from Pandora as an android, or perhaps on the day you left for Daphne's workplace at Apollo's request. Either way, you still cannot say. Now that I think about it, you never did go to Daphne's bar again after that first time, and for that matter, you didn't try your best to keep up with Apollo or George since then either. It's not like something prevented you from doing that either. You had plenty of time to schedule plans with your cousin and friends in the last few days. But a mixture of fear, anxiety, and flat-out cowardice prevented you from even considering any of these possibilities. Instead, you spent your time at home, locked inside, trying to hide away from questions you already knew the answer to. But I can't keep using all that as a crutch to hide myself from the world anymore. For someone who was so adamant to marry about getting back out here, I've spent far too much time cowering in my room as it is. Today I went out for groceries. Tomorrow I go out with my friends and family. Reclaiming my old life one piece at a time. Just like Natalie said, among many other things you're not quite sure you can trust. But you try your best not to focus on that for now. That's all I ever wanted after all. The only reason I even wanted to become a synthetic in the first place. To simply... In the midst of your musings, a familiar-looking fellow strolling down the road suddenly catches your attention. A fair distance away from you, wholly focused on the smartphone in his hands, stands a white-furred man you haven't seen in quite a while. Well, you say white-furred, but you suppose white wool is probably more correct. Oh! Hey, Apollo! I was about to say, white-furred. Is this a new... What? Apollo walks inconspicuously down the brightly lit street, his gaze occasionally glancing on the sidewalk to ensure he doesn't stumble onto any potholes. It's been quite a while since you last saw your new friend, especially out here in the open. In fact, last time you met him outside his apartment. What the frick? I'm messing it up. But it was on the very day you met him, or you first met him, if your memory is to be trusted, the day those thugs tried to harass him. Not the most pleasant of memories for all parties involved. I remember that episode, and but the moment, a myriad of questions suddenly flashed through your head. What's Apollo even doing all the way out here? How is he comfortable walking these streets by himself after what happened last time? Assuming he even remembers about that. It's certainly not a comforting sight seeing him wander around aimlessly like this. There's no way Daphne could be okay with it either. Yeah, why is he I'm curious. What the devs be cooking, huh? Well, she definitely wouldn't want her brother to fall prey to those thugs again, and for that matter, neither would you. You don't know a whole lot about their situation, but you don't doubt for a second that the attack on Apollo last Thursday and the one on Daphne 2 days later are very much connected. Daphne did say that none of this is your concern, but if your instincts are to be trusted, I probably shouldn't leave him alone like this. It's too dangerous in this part of the city. More of those men could show up at any moment, especially once the sun goes down. I might be jumping the gun a little, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And besides, I bet both of us could use the company. Aw. I like Apollo, man. Guy's nice. He's too kind for this world, man. He's too nice. It's not like you're trying to be his bodyguard or anything. After all, you're just a friend trying to look out for him. Safety in numbers and all that. And in your bionic body, of course. With all that in mind, you fast walk your way to the young lamb, a friendly smile on your visor. Hey, Apollo, long time no see. Your voice and perhaps your enthusiasm too takes the sheep by surprise. He almost trips on his step as he notices you approaching. Almost drops his phone too. However, his reflexes are fast enough to catch it mid-fall before anything could happen to it. He shyly hides it in his arms behind his back as you get closer, utterly marveled. Damn, I didn't think you'd actually catch that. Great moves, Apollo. Oh, it was nothing. I just got lucky, is all. The cheerful-looking lamp finally turns his gaze to you, a curious glint in his eyes. Hi again, You feel yourself sighing internally, still a little unaccustomed to your new friend's antics. Nonetheless, you try your best to be polite. That's Isaac. Right, Isaac. Sorry, I never was any good at remembering names. It's a miracle I even memorized my own. It's alright. I know I'm not all that memorable. Your friend chuckles at your sudden quip, a faint blush barely visible on his cheeks. Oh, don't worry. Names are one thing, but I never forget the things that matter. You almost blush upon hearing that remark, sweet as it is. Though, unfortunately, you managed to rein yourself in just in time to avoid that. So, what are you doing all the way out here? I haven't seen you leave the condo in a while. For good reason, you assume, but you probably shouldn't say that kind of stuff until you're sure of the man's intentions. Oh, I was... He paused for a second as if trying to remember something. Again. Fortunately, this time the wait is much shorter. Oh, that's right. I was looking to grab a gift for Daphne. Actually, it's been so long since I got her anything new. She's been a little quiet ever since she left for a new relay the other day. I was hoping I could find something to cheer her up. Oh, I see. Not surprising given everything that happened. Oh? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Well, crap. There you go again, saying out loud things you probably shouldn't. And right after Daphne explicitly told you not to do so as well. I still have no idea why that human wants to leave her brother in the dark, especially when not doing so makes him prone to leaving the house more often, like right now, for example. But until you know for certain what's going on, you might as well keep up this charade. Or charade. Either way, same thing. For a while longer, at least. There was some turbulence on the mag train to New Relay the other day. I'm cutting this video right here. I know it's a little bit short, but I'll keep this short formatted videos for now, you know. Maybe the ones longer would be like games are about to finish, like Saint Maker. But on that, thank you for watching, everybody. Bye! See ya!